If you've been wondering about the perfect number of hashtags to use for your videos, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to be diving into a world of hashtags, why they matter, and how you can use them effectively to boost visibility on YouTube. We will also cover the ideal number of hashtags to use and the common mistakes to avoid. So let's get into it. 1. What are hashtags on YouTube? What exactly are hashtags and why should you use them? Well, hashtags on YouTube work just like they do on other platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. They help categorize your videos, making it easier for people to discover your content based on what they are searching for. Hashtags gives you an extra edge in making your content searchable. They also appear above your video title, making it clear to viewers what your video is about at a glance. By using the right hashtags, you increase the chances of your videos being recommended or showing up in search results when people look for related topics. For example, if you're uploading a video about tips for a minimalistic lifestyle, you could use hashtags like hashtag minimalism, hashtag declutter, or hashtag simple living to capture a broader audience. 2. YouTube's hashtag policy. Now that we understand why hashtags are important, let's talk about the rules YouTube has in place when it comes to hashtags. Do you know YouTube allows you to upload up to 15 hashtags? Here is a catch. If you upload more than the limit, YouTube will ignore all of them. None of your hashtags will work, so it's very essential to stay within the numbers. So where should you place your hashtags? Where exactly should you place your hashtags? Well, you can place your hashtags in 2 places: in the title of your video and in the description of your video. If you don't include hashtags in your title, YouTube will automatically show the first 3 hashtags from your description above your video title. This ensures that hashtags are visible to your audience. Avoid misleading or irrelevant hashtags. It's very crucial to keep your hashtags relevant to your content. Using misleading hashtags just because they are popular can hurt your channel and your video performance. YouTube's algorithm could flag your video, which might lead to lower visibility or even a violation of community guidelines. So always make sure that your hashtags are relevant to the content of your video. 3. How many hashtags should you use? Yes, how many hashtags should you use in your videos? The recommended number of hashtags is 3 to 5. To be on the safe side, use 3 to 5 hashtags on your videos. This seems like a small number, but it is a sweet spot for balancing searchability and not overwhelming your viewers or the YouTube's algorithm. So why should you use 3 to 5 hashtags? The first reason is focused visibility. By using only 3 to 5 hashtags, you ensure that you're targeting the most relevant and effective terms. So many hashtags can dilute the focus of your videos and confuse both viewers and YouTube's algorithm. The second reason is enhanced visibility. YouTube's algorithm works best when it has a clear understanding of what your video is all about. So when you use a small number of highly relevant hashtags, you give the algorithm a precise data about your content, which can improve how your videos is being recommended to others. Okay, so the third reason is audience retention. Let's face it, if your audience see a long list of hashtags in your description or title, it can look spammy or unprofessional. So sticking to a few hashtags keep things clean and focused. So how do you choose the right hashtags? How do you actually choose the right hashtags? When picking your 3 to 5 hashtags, try using broad and specific hashtags. Broad hashtags are tags that have high search volume and applies to a larger audience. For instance, hashtag vlog, hashtag lifestyle, hashtag tutorial. These tags help expose your content to a wider audience. Now, niche specific hashtags are more specific and targeted, like hashtag minimalistic living or hashtag makeup tutorial for beginners. Niche specific hashtags help attract a more engaging audience. Let's say you're uploading a video about the best budget cameras for YouTubers. Your hashtags could look like this. For broad hashtags, you're gonna write hashtag YouTube tips, hashtag filmmaking. Then the niche hashtags will be hashtag budget cameras, hashtag camera gear, and hashtag YouTube equipment. By using a combination of these broad and specific hashtags, you will ensure that your videos reaches both a general audience and a more targeted one. Number 4, the risk of using too many hashtags. So let's talk about what could go wrong if you use too many hashtags or the wrong hashtags. The first thing is oversaturation. Using a maximum of 15 hashtags might seem tempting, but the truth is more hashtags is never better. If you overdo it, your video's focus might be diluted. Instead of your videos showing in one or two main topics, they might show up in unrelated searches, which could harm its performance in the long run. The second risk is a spammy appearance. Excessive hashtags can make your videos appear spammy, especially to viewers. If people see a cluttered description full of hashtags, they may assume the content is low quality. This could discourage them from either watching your videos or subscribing at all. The third risk is your videos will be ignored by the algorithm. As I mentioned earlier, YouTube will ignore all your hashtags if you use more than 15. Not only that, but using irrelevant or misleading hashtags can lead to your videos being flagged by the platform. This could result in your videos getting fewer recommendations, fewer views, and less engagement. So stick to that sweet spot of 3 to 5 relevant hashtags to keep your content focused and appealing. Number 5, where should you place your hashtags? Now that we've figured out how many hashtags to use, where should you place them? Like we said, first in the video title. You can place 1 or 2 of your most important hashtags directly in your video title. This can help make your videos more searchable and let viewers know right away what the content is about. For instance, if your video is about organizing your home, your title could look something like this: Top 5 tips for decluttering your home, hashtag minimalism. The second place where you should place your hashtags is in the video description. Most creators, including myself, place their hashtags at the end of their video description. This keeps the description clean, and it also allows you to include more keywords or a call to action in the main part of the description. Remember, the first 3 hashtags in your description will appear above your video title. Let's say you've uploaded a video about DIY home decor. In the description, you might have something like this: in today's video, I'm showing you how to create beautiful home decor on a budget using simple materials. Be sure to subscribe for more DIY and home decor tips. Hashtag DIY home decor, hashtag budget decor, hashtag home style. These combinations of hashtags are clear, simple, and relevant. To wrap up, let's do a quick recap. YouTube allows you to use up to 15 hashtags, but the ideal number is 3 to 5 hashtags. This gives you the best chance to improve your audience and the algorithm. Always make sure your hashtags are relevant to your content, and please avoid spammy hashtags. Avoid spamming your description with too many hashtags. By focusing on a small number of relevant hashtags, you'll be able to target your audience, boost engagement, and improve your video's overall performance on YouTube. Let me know what you think about hashtags. I will see you in the next video.